Greetings everyone, this is Potato Hedgehog and welcome back to Senran Kagura Burst. Last time, Hibari was feeling a little depressed because of the events that happened in episode 5, so we helped her out. And that being said, looks like we got more Hebijo students to deal with, so let's take care of that. Here? The sword's tip paints a straight line of silver. The sword I wield is a blade of superlative quality, a heirloom passed down from my family named Hien, the Flying Swallow. I bear the weight of its long history. And of course we're Ikaruga. I return Hien to its sheath and let out a breath. I feel that my swing is turning lackluster. My endless training is beginning to tire me. I cannot afford to cut corners in dealing with Hebijo. However, pushing myself when I'm not at my best will avail me nothing. Indeed, it will only cause harm. I return to the ninja room and quietly sit. I focus on setting my thoughts and breathing, then see to maintaining Hien. I lay Hien down and bound before it, then undo the rivet on the hilt to remove the hilt itself. I use paper and wipe the blade clean of oil and dirt a dozen times, from the metal collar at the hilt to the very tip. The proper care of a Japanese sword is an act of respect for one's ancestors, as well as a means of sharpening the mind. It is a rhythmic form of repetition that must be done with exquisite care, no matter how tired one may be. As I finish, Asuka and my other friends arrive. We exchange a friendly good morning, and a lively conversation begins. Through the rigorous training that shortly follows, Asuka never once loses her bright and cheerful expression. In all honesty, her strength of will surprises me. No matter the pain or difficulty she faces, she greets it all with a smile. That is no mean feat, however it might sound. As class representative, I take great pains to keep my classmates organized. But Asuka seems to accomplish the same task without even thinking about it, and always with her trademark cheerfulness. It causes me to wonder if, perhaps, she might not be a better fit to lead the class than I. As I lose myself in my thoughts, Kiria-sensei walks into the classroom.
Today's lessons will involve genealogy.
Predictably, Katsuragi raises her voice to complain. Family trees! Is there really time for that? We gotta train, don't we? Kiria lets out a sigh.
Don't be hasty. Breaks are also a crucial aspect of training.
Katsuragi reluctantly gives assent, then Hibari decides to speak. So, what'll we be doing with genealogy?
You'll be making a shinobi family tree. See if you have any shinobi ancestors and learn what you might have inherited from them. Your work will have to be done independently, however.
But how far back should we go? Asuka raises her hand.
From the earliest shinobi up to yourselves.
Okay, got it. With that, Asuka leans forward and quickly puts her pencil to paper, and just as quickly, she puts her pencil down and smiles jubilantly. Okay, I'm done! It's a family tree of her 3 generations, her grandfather, mother, and herself. Her grandfather, Hanzo,
is a famous shinobi. My mother is a shinobi, like my grandpa. My father's a civilian, so he wasn't completely happy with me becoming a shinobi. But I want to be a powerful one, like grandpa.
Katsuragi and Yagyu both write in silence.
I've got too many to count. This sucks,
Moans Hibari in typical bratty fashion. She comes from a long line of shinobi. Given the sheer number of ancestors, I imagine it would be difficult to write it all down.
What's wrong, Ikaruga? You're not writing.
Kirya peers intently in my hand. I've stopped working just when my family tree is almost finished. My apologies. I'll continue immediately. When I think of my family, my thoughts invariably drift to my older brother. He's studying business management, following in the footsteps of father. In truth, however, he wished to become a shinobi. I finished the family tree by writing my own name. It's simply a straight line, from the head of the family to me. My brother's name is not included. My name is where his should have been. Time has still not made it any less of a burden to bear, and my eyes begin to well.
Huh? What's wrong, Ikaruga?
Asuka has noticed my predicament. Oh, it's nothing. I force a smile. In such situations, I can smile with little effort. Lunchtime. There's a pleasant breeze, so we decide to eat outside. We spread a mat underneath a tree and set up a picnic. Yagyu immediately begins eating her dried squid.
Dried squid again?
Do not make light of the dried squid. As I listen to Hibari and Yagyu's exchange, I spit out a multi-course meal. Oh, look what I've gone and done. I realize that I haven't yet set out the tea. I decide to go and prepare some. I'll be right back. I go to retrieve the Japanese tea set from the ninja room. When I get there, I sense a presence. Who's there? I take a shuriken in hand, and moments later, a man carelessly appears before me.
Whoa. Settle down.
It's my older brother. His hair is unkempt and his skin sickly pale. In the short time since I last saw him, he's looked to become very unhealthy.
Long time no see, little sis.
He holds Hien in his hand. Murasame, what are you doing with Hien?
What am I doing? What indeed?
He says, wearing a cynical smile.
This belongs to me. I'll do with it what I want.
You're mistaken. Father and mother gave that to... That's as far as I get, before I think better of it and close my mouth.
Father and mother? How dare you be so impudent?
His eyes darken with hatred. I find myself unable to meet his gaze.
Yeah, that's right. I can't use Hien, but this sword is a family heirloom. It has no business in the hands of someone of not in my blood.
His scathing remark cuts to the bone. He's right. Of course he is. I'm not father and mother's child by birth. I was adopted to succeed them in the path of shinobi.
Hien is mine. Rightfully mine.
He glares at me, grinding his teeth in anger. On the surface, a wealthy family. Beneath, shinobi. Father had one child,
and his future as shinobi seemed assured. Indeed, my brother had even wanted it, but Murasame failed the Hanzo entrance exam. Unfortunately, he had no aptitude for being shinobi.
You. If only you weren't around.
He held Hien in his hand. When father heard of a distant relative who was unusually fleet of foot, he was quick to begin adoption proceedings. Perhaps if I weren't around, father wouldn't have considered adoption, and Murasame wouldn't have been hurt. Thus, my sorrow when looking at my family tree. It doesn't have my brother's name on it, as it ought. Instead, there is my name, which doesn't belong. I am deeply sorry for the pain this has caused him. If it would help, I would prostrate myself before him and apologize any number of times. But the passing down of Hien is another matter. Mother and father expressly told me, do not give Hien to anyone else. I'm sorry. Please give Hien to me, I say, my voice lined with frost.
If you want it, then take it!
Hien is already in my hand before Murasame can finish his boastful command. He shakes his head in confusion and gapes as he realizes what just transpired.
Shit! Shit!
His face is a bright red as he takes out a chain sickle from his breast pocket. He begins swinging the chain sickle and advances on me. Murasame, please, stop this!
When I was in elementary school, I placed in 6th at a local chain sickle tournament!
The weighted chain flies out and wraps around my body.
There! How's that? Now you can't even move!
Murasame, I'm over here. What my brother thought was me was actually an afterimage, left behind by my swift movement. Take care. I pull a rope that hangs from the ceiling. The floorboards beneath Murasame drop open. This very simple trap will lead him directly to the shopping district. Even he should have no difficulty getting out. I hear a voice cursing from the bottom of the hole. I pull the rope a second time, and the floorboards close, reverting to their normal pattern. I clench Hien tightly in my hand, as a weighty wetness builds along my eyes.
Ikaruga!
At the sound of Asuka's voice, I snap back to reality.
Are you okay? You've been gone a while.
No, it's not important. Let us return outside. I surreptitiously wipe the tears before they even fall, so as to not be noticed.
Oh, hold on. Before we go back, please take a look at this.
She's brought her own family tree from her desk. Oh. It's not simply a family tree. It includes everyone of the shinobi class across a straight line, listed as a family. Myself as the mother, Katsuragi as the father, then Asuka, Yagyu, and Hibari as the children.
The 5 of us are basically like family, so I decided to add it in.
I stare at the family tree as my vision blurs once again. I love that my name is listed here. In my shinobi class, I have another family. This time, the tears begin to flood generously down my cheeks.
What? Ikaruga! What's wrong? Why are you crying?
I no longer feel the need to hide them like before.
Did something make you sad?
Asuka looks quite flustered. I'm not sad at all. I make no mood to wipe my face. Instead, I smile broadly. I'm crying because I'm happy. Thank you, Asuka. At my expression of gratitude, Asuka simply looks at me in absolute bewilderment.
Aw, now ain't that sweet.
Man, training's got me worn out again today. But I can't complain. I've got to get stronger. Homura. Why do the Hebijo girls have to be so focused on fighting to get more powerful? Is there no other way? A Shinobi Kekai! I can sense 1, 2, quite a few enemies in the area.
Now, no one will interrupt us.
Homura?
Just shut up and give me the super secret ninja art scroll. That is, unless you want the entire student body slaughtered.
You'd really involve innocence in this? Why would you do something so awful?
Awful? Isn't it obvious? Shinobi are awful by nature.
No, that's not the path of the shinobi.
All right then. Why don't you explain it to me?
Well, I don't really understand it either. Not yet. But even if I don't know right now, someday I will, and I can tell you.
You can tell me nothing. You're not walking out of this alive. You sensed it earlier, didn't you? I'm not here alone.
What do I do? What can I do? Asuka!
That's not very fair now, is it? One shinobi versus a whole mob.
You're all here! You came! All right, let's do this!
Good Christ, that was a lot of reading. But in either case, greetings everyone. This is, oh wait, I said that already. Anyway, last time. Oh wait, I said last time already. So yeah, back in Senran Kagura Burst, and it appears that we've got some Hebijo interference. So that's fantastic. And we're playing as Yagyu yet again. Even though I recorded this like minutes after I uploaded part 6, I did not explain how Yagyu works. She's probably the worst character to play as, gameplay-wise that is. Considering her normal attacks are very slow, even though they hit hard, Yagyu is kind of like the bruiser of the group, which is odd because she does not play like that in the modern games. I do find Yagyu's, buckshot umbrella, as I'll call it, kind of cheap to use because the lesser mooks kind of fall victim to its squid power. So yeah, that's fun. I'd just like to acknowledge that I'm kind of a bitch in the beginning of this series.
Yeah, Homura. I didn't really appreciate the fact that you were trying to kill me.
Well, what can I say? I was evil back then.
Then what are you now?
Neutral at best. But I'm not gonna rest until I win one of our battles.
Well, given Deep Crimson happening, I'm pretty sure you do win one of our battles.
That was a hollow victory at best. because I had just discovered my crimson power.
Actually, Homura, I'm pretty sure you discover it in this game.
Oh, I do? Cool.
Yes, indeed, cool.
That was some excellent reading you did as me, Potato. I humbly thank you for that.
You're welcome, Ikaruga. Although I used your Japanese voice actors for inspiration, I did use Alexis Tipton's performance as you for a base for that.
Huh. So that means Ikaruga was Lucina at one point.
I failed to see the similarities between me and Lucina.
You both have blue hair. You both have a sword.
But she wields a falchion. I wield hien.
I guess that's right, Ikaruga. How is it that you and I have never interacted on screen before?
You're right, Hikage. How have we not interacted on screen?
Probably due to writing, I guess. By the way, Potato, nice job.
Thanks, Hikage.
Homura!
You guys aren't half bad. How about a one-on-one match this time? Hebijo versus Hanzo.
Who on who?
Me and you, obviously.
Fine, I'll do it.
We should try fighting in a more open area. It works out for you, too. You won't have to worry about the other students. Well, this is familiar. Majin Vegeta! But in any case.
Where do you want to do this then?
First, read this.
A letter? It says where to meet up. Guess I really have to go through with this.
I'm getting some parallels to the Boo Saga from Dragon Ball Z. Except Homura is deliberately evil instead of being controlled by an imp. And she doesn't have a Majin mark on her forehead. But that's not where we're gonna end this, folks. On to the next mission.
I do believe this is where I come in.
Where are you? I came as you requested.
Well, well. If it isn't the princess, I must apologize for the meager accommodations.
I suppose you must.
No need to be so tense. This is not a trap after all.
I'm sure it's not.
By the way, I love that Western-style outfit. It is very pretty. Did your parents buy it for you?
What are you trying to say?
I'm sure you grew up with no end of love and affection. All kisses and cuddles and hugs and so on. Never wanting for anything.
Even if I had, what does it matter? Just make whatever point you're driving at.
I'm so sorry to inconvenience you, but you came here to die, Princess. It's a shame for you to meet your fate in such a desolate and lonely place. But the school's order is absolute.
Understood. In that case, for justice's sake,
I will not abide you.
That was a lot of mooks.
It is pointless to continue fighting. What makes you say that? Because I've no desire to kill you. Is that so? I greatly appreciate your concern. Unfortunately, I do have to kill you. Why? If I must say, it's because you're a princess. And princesses only deserve death. Don't play games with me. That is not a worthy reason.
And I believe we have a boss fight with Beansprout Queen over here.
I wonder how well I play in this game.
You'll find out, Yomi. And like the other boss fights thus far, Yomi is kind of a pushover. Except with an underleveled Ikaruga, taking her down, especially with the other mooks spawning in as you're fighting Yomi, this can be a little tricky. Considering some of the mooks can throw explosives at you, spew fire at you, and spew poison at you, focusing on Yomi can be a little difficult unless you take out the mooks first. I wouldn't recommend doing that either because Yomi will not let up the pressure when she's trying to attack you. Luckily, your secret ninja arts in this game literally freeze whatever's attacking you in place, so Yomi should not be very hard to take down unless the mooks are giving you trouble. I would just recommend knocking her into the air if possible and doing a motherfucking infinite on her until she's on the ground.
I do not appreciate how my boss battle is handled in this game. I distinctly remember that you had trouble with me in Deep Crimson.
I did, Yomi, because you're literally the first boss of the game, and even on easy you kicked my ass.
If I may be brutally honest, Potato, it is because you are not used to the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, that's probably why. And considering Senran Kagura 2 Deep Crimson was my very first Senran Kagura game.
Ooh, perhaps it was not wise to let Mirai hear you say that. She would have called you whatever she calls Homura when she plays horror games. A scrub, as she calls it.
Yep, Potato, you're a goddamn scrub. Ah! The tires have failed to protect me!
Nothing will save you from the wrath of the Beansprouts.
Ah! I have been stripped! Revenge!
Oh, pooh! And these are my good clothes, too.
Thou hast been revenged!
My graphics could be a little better, but you are playing this on an emulator, are you not?
Yes, Yomi, I am playing on an emulator.
You did a good job, Yomi dear. As well as giving Ikaruga a good fight. Ikaruga, I apologize if I hurt you during this.
It's fine, Yomi. You were just evil back then.
Indeed I was. It's funny how we eventually became friends.
Yes, indeed.
Have I mentioned that your brother is quite attractive?
Yomi? You have a crush on Murasame?
Considering, yes.
Then maybe he'll get off my back if I set you up with him.
I would greatly appreciate it if you did. I always found Murasame to be cute.
Oh, our dearest Yomi has a crush.
Aw, Yomi.
Enough. Let's just get on with the story, shall we?
Huh. Yomi has a crush on Ikaruga's dumbass brother. And I thought my standards were bad.
I'm right here, Homura.
What are you trying to say, Asuka?
What is the meaning of this? I struck you down, yet you seem unhurt. Haha, elegant though your strikes may be, they cannot harm me. Oh, but this is the perfect time to stop. I declare this mission a success. And so, I bid you adieu. I don't know if it's foie gras or truffles that you eat, but do enjoy your little rest regardless. Wait! You said that you had to kill me to complete your mission. What is the meaning of this? Those who sneer at bean sprouts will someday die by bean sprouts. That is the meaning of this.
Bye, Yomi.
Blast it! What is she planning?
And I think that's where we're gonna end things. And as probably going to be seen on the mission screen here in a few seconds, Hikage is our next target. So, with that said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Senran Kagura Burst, please leave a like and a comment to let me know, and I will see you guys in the next part of the Senran Kagura Retrospective. Till then, ladies and gentlemen,